But gosh, guys, I want to share a dream with you guys that I had 2 nights ago. And I waited. I was going to share it yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I usually jump in and I jump, head first, and I don't think about anything. And I took a couple of days to think about this dream, and I'm going to share with you guys. And if anybody who is, is good with dreams, or may be able to interpret some of this or pray about it and get back to me, I would love to hear from you. And so with that being said, I do believe that he may have spoken to me in this dream. And I'm not one that has many dreams that I remember. I can't tell you the last time I had a dream that I actually remembered. But this dream I had 2 nights ago, so I left the hospital at 6:45, walked out of the room, kissed my dad on the forehead, told him I loved him. He was asleep, but he woke up and, told me he loved me back. And I walked out. I was just so broken. I had just shared the gospel with my dad again in a different way. I had talked about some of the past things that he had been through, and, told him that the Lord was working and God was moving and God was reconciling and restoring relationships, and he was at work. And my dad was just encouraged, and he was just shaking his head. Yeah. My dad can talk, but he doesn't have the energy to talk. And so it's hard to see my dad laying there in this way. But I just felt like I felt God was moving in his heart. And when I left there, I had a sense of peace about me. This was now the second time I've laid out the gospel for him. And my dad told me for the second time that he believes Jesus Christ is the Messiah. He believes that Jesus is God. He told me that out of his mouth. And I explained to him that, that is, God knows his heart. I don't know his heart. Y'all don't know my heart. I don't know your heart. God knows our hearts, and he knows. And so in my mind, when I left the room, there was a sense of peace and a burden that was lifted off of me. And I walked out of there and I felt better, even though I, struggling with what my dad's going through. But I leave, I go home, hard day. I end up going to bed that night, and this night I did not sleep very well. And I went to bed and I tossed and turned, and I woke up a lot and didn't really get into a deep sleep. But I had this dream. In this dream, I was in some jungle, or it was there was, trees and woods everywhere. There was marsh and water, a huge lake. And I felt like I was in the Amazon or something, man. It was just insane. So I'm there, and all of a sudden I see this humongous snake. This snake is I don't know. It seemed like it was 1,000 feet long and this thick. I mean, it was humongous. It was like the Loch Ness Monster or something, man. It was an unbelievably huge, monstrous snake it was unbelievable. And in the dream, I wasn't afraid of the snake. The snake was actually trying to get away from me. And I was standing back. The snake is getting away. Okay, so it's in the water and it's getting away. And all of a sudden, all these people are show up, and they just appear in the dream. And I don't know how we got from point A to point B, but all of a sudden there's all these people. I didn't see anyone's face. I didn't see any of you guys. I didn't see any of my closest friends. I didn't see anybody. I just know all of these people, and it was a lot of people. They literally jumped on the snake, literally bear hugged it. Okay, it's that big. And they're all, with all their might, holding this snake. And now there's all these people clinging to the snake. And the snake is pulling away, but now pulling away not as fast, because the strength of all these people is holding this snake from getting away. And so now I'm seeing in the dream, and I'm not doing anything. I'm not holding the snake. I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching this take place. And more and more people are getting on, and now the snake is slowing down, not able to get away. And it was the power of all of these people that stopped the snake from continuing to get away. And I don't know how long it took. It was very quick, but all of a sudden the person that was at the very front of the line was right by the snake's head, cut the snake's head off, and literally held the snake's head up, and everyone it just erupted in victory. And then I woke up. And I was like, that's weird. My heart was sort of beating fast. And then I turned over, went back to sleep. The next day I got up, never thought more about the dream. And then as I was driving home yesterday, I started thinking about this dream. And I was like, I wonder what that dream means. Like, that dream, I mean, first of all, snakes to me represent the enemy. And then it was, I don't know if this came from the Lord. I'm not even going to say that because I didn't hear a voice or an impression or anything. I just felt in my spirit, like, what if that represents my dad's salvation? What if that snake represents the foothold that Satan had in my dad's life? And I think about the last couple days and the outpouring of love and support and prayers and all of these prayer warriors all over the world and in my circle and outside of my circle and all of my friends from high school and all of my friends from college and all of these people that are just sending love and encouraging messages and all, I mean, the support has been out of control. It's just been unbelievable. And I thought about this and I said, what if this was God revealing to me that my dad had fully accepted Christ into his life and surrendered and truly in his heart believed that Jesus is Lord. And this was the Lord affirming me and letting me know that because of the power of prayer and the church, the body of Christ coming together and praying for my dad, that the enemy has been completely cut off and he no longer has a hold over my dad. And I just wondered, I just want to be, I pray that I'm affirmed by the Lord that my dad is in a safe place, because as much as I want him to be healed, as much as I want this cancer to go away and I want his suffering to be relieved and I want all of that, I want more for him to give his life to Jesus and to know that he's saved. And so I wanted to share that dream with you guys.